Morning, Adrian.
Hey, buddy, how are you?
Good. How you doing?
Yeah,
No one else this morning?
not yet, no.
Interesting. Morning, Adrian.
Hey, buddy, how are you?
Good. How you doing? No one else this morning?
Not yet, no.
What, are you playing it back over there?
I tried setting this up on a YouTube Live, but obviously getting feedback here.
Oh, yeah. No one else this morning?
Not yet, no.
What, are you playing it back over there?
I tried setting this up on a YouTube Live, but obviously.
Oh, yeah. No one else this morning?
Not yet, no.
What, are you playing it back over there?
I tried setting this up on a YouTube. It's annoying as fuck.
No doubt. I wonder how you stop it from doing that.
Annoying as fuck.
No doubt.
Okay, I think I've got it figured out.
Hi, cat.
You there?
Yep, I'm here.
Okay. I think that's I just had to try. For some reason, YouTube started on my computer, so I was watching it on one screen, but there's like obviously about a 5-second delay.
Yeah, okay. Do you have a YouTube live thing going right now?
I set the channel up, yeah. So, just gonna see if I can pull it up on a different computer and see if it's actually working.
I was gonna say I could probably pull it up on mine, see if you got one.
Yeah, search for it, see if we can find it.
What do you call it? Just
It's just Adrian Langereis, real estate and forex.
I don't want you cat.
So I got in the let's just talk about trades. So I got it in an Aussie US.
Yeah, you take that short.
Yeah, well, that trend line we had in from the hourly from yesterday.
Yeah.
Hit it again. Watched the 15, waited for this bearish candle here. And yeah, instant.
Nice. Yeah. I noticed that. I realized I missed it. It was a good trade. Slept in a little too long this morning.
So I'm looking also at gold here.
Yeah.
To see if we go below this level here and looking to take it down, or a buy above here, one of the two.
Yeah, okay. Oh, I think I found you. Subscribe.
See if it's posting. Is it posting live right now?
It says it's live.
Can you click on it and see?
Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Oh, I think I found it. Subscribe.
It's live right now.
It says it's live.
There it is. Can you click on it and see? Yeah. Fuck.
Yeah, you're going.
There you go. That was easier than I thought.
Yeah, no doubt.
So gold, I'm looking here at either a break above here to take it up, or if we break below this level here, It looks like it's going to go down. Am I going to enter this in if we get a basically 1836? This 200-day moving average here is held in pretty consistent.
You think it's going to kick back up off that?
Well, no, I mean, on the daily here, consolidation, either it's going to hold or it's going to break. If it breaks, I think 1820 is the next level to test.
Yep.
Down to here. But this looks pretty bearish to me right now.
Fair. I agree. Can't give me troubles right now.
Let me see what gold does here. The US CAD's another one too. I had this support zone here on the 4-hour. And it basically, if you go to the 15, it nicked it just nicely and it's moved up since then. But I was not
Watching it. So everything kind of had a nice shift down this morning. Even the New Zealand US looks like it had a good little run. Actually, the Aussie yen looks like a good one, maybe to hop on the train right now.
Aussie yen.
Looks like it's kind of in the midst of its move.
Yeah, there's some nice setups. I think the US CAD would have been a good one to take as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Just ranging right now, a lot of these. I thought gold was going to break through that, but that's holding right now. Pound yen came off that high again last night. Came down right to this zone.
You were talking about taking that short last night, weren't you? Yesterday?
Yeah. Oh, I talked about it on the daily, looking like it was a nice bearish setup and to go short below it and stop above the high.
Yeah.
But obviously it retested that high just about. But that's a nice rejection off that again.
Totally.
Gold's got a good, it's a nice consolidation in gold right now. If you look at the, even just the European session box we have there.
Mhm.
The Aussie's dropping nicely here right now too.
Yeah. Interested to see what it does when it hits the 77.3 level.
Yeah,
Be nice to see it if I can break through, come back, and then fall finally. But yesterday was a weird day.
yeah,
Right? If you look at all those candles yesterday, from I think 15 to I don't know 21. That's like such wicks on either end. I was like, there's no decision yesterday.
yeah. No, there's a lot of back and forth right now. US CAD's running up nice. Fuck, right up to 27.
It's a nice candle that last one. Yeah.
See what happened at 127 here on the US CAD. Got a bit of a zone there. It might be a short.
Good point.
Bitcoin pumping up again. Yeah, the US CAD just pushing up. See if we get gold breaking through here.
Gold seems to be pushing up.
Yeah, I'm gonna look if it. Look at the buy here around 1846 if it goes. I don't know. It's a little different here. I don't have on Whistler, right? So I don't have my whole full setup.
You're already there.
Yeah, I came out yesterday.
You weren't kidding.
No, fuck no.
Just you, or bring a
Yeah.
lady friend with you, or what?
No, just solo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it would be a little different. You don't have the office today.
Yeah, we just don't have all the like my big screens and stuff. Right, I have two computer like 3 monitors up, but not my big.
3 monitors must be nice, eh?
It is nice, yeah. This US 30 as well. I'm looking to see if it breaks above this high or below this low here. Kind of. Support zone here.
US CAD seems to be bouncing back pretty good.
Yeah, it's that 127 mark, and it's also, look at this was the support. Then it became resistance here in Asia, and now it's resistance here again as North America opens. And it's also that 127 round figure, right?
True. Right. See, that's kind of ranging. It's ranging.
This Aussie sort of basing out, and that could partially be because gold's up as well, or gold's holding. Let's see if Bitcoin comes up to 40 again today. This is literally where I bought it on Monday. Right base there.
The perfect buy, eh?
It was like, yeah. I got out of it pretty fast, but
And it could have been a nice runner, maybe.
that was my one and only Bitcoin trade I've ever done. Let's go grab coffee. Yeah, that US CAD's coming off that pretty hard. US dollar index has run into a bit of resistance at 90.5. But you can see this box here on gold, hey, like it's just, you know, almost the whole European session if you take that range.
Yeah, it's just been kind of hanging out.
Dollar range. We do have some higher lows here after that drop down. Big spike last night. Looks like it could be trying to push up here.
You take that CAD US short.
No, but I just took gold long as it's breaking above this zone.
Yep.
See what happens here. US 30 looks like it's, you know, we got a high in Asia, lower high in Europe, and now North America looks like it's printing a lower high too. It's weird. It sold off sort of in Europe yesterday, right? Hasn't really done much today.
Kind of always forget. You look at these, it's like, oh, the candles aren't that big, but just because there's so much volume to it.
Yeah. And see what happens when the pound yen gets to this level here. And if it breaks this level, I think it's, you know, it could run down, but this could hold and just range here for the next little bit too. I like gold, the fact that this is a 200-day moving average right here that it's holding. But look what it did when it broke it last night, just plummeted. So we'll see. No, the US dollar index is still holding, though it's not really falling.
US 30.
This US CAD here, maybe forming a bit of a base. If it breaks that, though, there's a lot of room for the downside still. Next real support's down at like 125.5. Seeing back to April, March 2018.
Yeah. Surprised the US CAD stayed so bearish, actually.
Yeah, oil's up, right? So I think that's one of the big things you always want to look at with the US CAD is Canadian dollar is look at oil. You know, you look at oil here. Had a bit of a sell-off the last couple of days, but you know, it's run up from 34 up to 54. You almost have a bit of a trend line here, actually.
Totally.
But that's going to be part of it. I mean, you think we're last year, this time we were sub-zero at one point. US 30's taken off here a little bit. I mean, we made all-time highs yesterday.
On the US 30?
Yeah. Sorry, no, we didn't. Last week there was one.
Last week, yeah.
Yeah, no, we didn't. Last week there was a day higher. 31,260. But if it breaks these highs today, it breaks this 31.2 level, we might see it test those highs. I mean, everything's just so bullish right now in the stock market, right?
Which is good, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of opportunity.
It's interesting. You look at the fall of Bitcoin last Friday, you know, it dropped that, whatever, 25% just about, and gold sort of had a big sell-off as well. But Bitcoin's come right back up, and that's why, you know, I think gold, there's that sell-off, similar to Bitcoin. And, you know, there's a lot of room to the upside for gold here. Especially this is the base we had in December as well, too, that, you know, that's held, right? It's 1820 level. Start looking at this consolidation here before the next leg up. Now, if this 1820 level breaks, then, you know, here this comes into play, this low of November. But I saw a bias to the upside for another test of 2000 on this. But our entry yesterday was good when you look back. You know, we were right here, right? 1859.
I was going to say that one ended up playing out in your favor yesterday.
Yeah, no, it worked out well.
unsure for a while, but played out.
Powell speaking today at 10:30. That's one thing to look out for in the news. Definitely will have some effect on the markets for sure. So we might see things be pretty muted today as well. Just people knowing that he's speaking at 10:30.
People are kind of waiting for the news this morning.
Well, yeah, I mean, he hasn't really spoken since all the shit that's gone down in the States, right? So he's been pretty quiet. And typically when he speaks, there's going to be definitely some movement, a little volatility.
Fair.
We'll push up in gold. We'll see what happens here. This, almost a projection right off the high here around the London Open. If we get through that.
I can say it seems to be staying there though.
Yeah, no, there's not. I mean, that's a bit of a wick there, so I'm definitely going to watch this entry. I mean, right now, but
yeah.
this is right around where the Aussie pushed up again yesterday. Hey, same time frame.
It is. I actually just took an Aussie long.
Did you?
On the close that last 15, yeah.
Was it last 15? Stop below here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, see if we get a retest of even the 20 MA on the 15 here. That's also 61.8 on the fib from the drop down yesterday. Or the base of this trend line moving up to it could come back and test.
Yeah.
And the pound yen's coming down as well. Again, gold, we'll see. We got this, it's just respected this $10 range here overnight. This big breakdown below here when it broke the 200-day, but this 200-day is going to be it's a big nut to crack. You can see right at the open, hey, this is right when London opens and Asia's closing. You get the big push down and the big push right back up. And you get that often right around the North American Open here too. You got 12 minutes till the stock market's open.
Got a hard push to start it off.
Yeah, you get that one push in one direction, people taking out orders and moving in the next. It's like Bitcoin's just still pushing up.
It's ETC UST. I'm gonna open a Bitcoin chart.
Morning, boys.
Uli,
Morning.
what's going on?
I'm in a pound yen short.
Are you? Yeah, that played off nicely, hey? The high of yesterday. If you were up in London.
No. I was up at the beginning of New York.
Yeah, I took the Aussie. I got this off this trend line here. Hourly trend line down to the 15. Projection. Close right there below the 20. Got in there, stop above, and almost instantly profitable. But we're coming into all these moving averages down here. You can see it spacing out at that 77.4 level, which, that was the resistance here before, turned support. It's kind of acting as support. So want to see that break before we get down to 70 cents. Sorry, 77.
I got you on my big screen on YouTube.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
We're looking at gold and just looking at this range here, hey, like basically the European box. Nice little European box, hey?
Yeah, what do you I was kind of looking at a short there, but then I remembered that I don't like to trade gold.
You know what? This 200 days holding, right? Like you look at the 4 hour. I mean, this has been a pretty good base. You go back on the daily. I mean, this 1820 is definitely the key level. I'd rather be a buyer down here, but
yeah,
I think that I do have a buy order down there if it gets down to that level. But I think here taking it above this, even retesting these highs, just because it's 200 day, like it's been respected. It's broken it a few times, but that's a really big rejection there when we tried it last night.
Sweet, I like this.
Where'd you get in your pound yen?
Just below the break there of it's a little bit negative right now. It was a break below like 141.8.
Okay, right here.
Yeah.
So this break of this low right here. Yeah. This candle here is nice. Retest and rejection of that kind of
I get it forming, but I'm good with it now.
Yeah. This US CAD, I was looking at this too. I drew this in last night, this bottom range here of support. And if you go to the 15, it just touched it. But we've come back up here to that 127 level. And a lot of that, I think, is oil, right? Oil's been strong. If you look at the oil chart. Up to $54 a barrel. Here goes gold. So I got in gold right when it broke above this level here around 1840, 1845.5 is my entry.
Is it 1845.5?
1845.5, yeah.
There she goes.
We'll see.
Bring my Aussie dollar with you.
I'm still short on that one. It might bring it up a little though.
That's all I need. I was just going for a small one there.
It's funny, US dollar index is holding too. Usually there's a little bit of correlation between the US dollar index falling and gold rising, but
There we go. My Aussie dollar starting to go with you.
you got to remember too, this is that 615, 630 candle, right? You're going to sometimes see moves that are a little misleading.
True.
Leading to the open.
Figured out how to get out of my Airbnb stocks yesterday.
Did you get out?
Yeah, got out.
Nice.
Yeah.
What were your gains on that?
It was 90% or something silly.
Nice.
I bought in at 125 about a month ago. Sold at 171 yesterday.
Sweet.
What are you looking at now?
What's that?
Are you looking into getting into something else, or what are you looking at?
Yeah, I haven't looked too much yet, but I'll try to get it into something else. Keep the winning trend going.
Might as well.
Yeah, exactly.
There's ETF I was looking at. It's obviously not going to make gains like that, but it's a group of companies and it's all online stores, and it's been going crazy.
Yeah. I guess anything online would be.
Yeah, anything online right now.
But I've been reading a lot about the ETFs, and definitely into those. iBuy is the symbol.
That's cute. Hi, bye.
Yeah, Amplify Online Retail ETF. Yeah, pound yen's not looking very good right now.
No, it's moving up. Moving up. I like my gold though.
Totally. I'm liking my Aussie at the moment.
I don't like my Aussie at the moment. I'm gonna get close it out here if it pushes up.
I actually moved my take profit up. It's going a little faster than I thought it was.
Yeah, it's because US dollar here is rolling over, so we could see some decent moves. See what happens when gold hits this level. It's tapping into 1850 right now.
Say Aussie's coming up to his zone too. 77.6 mark.
Got that 100 on the 1 hour here, 1852. Yeah, 20 on the 4 hour as well too. It's just nicked it. What was your entry on the Aussie? Well, okay.
77.49.
Nice.
Yeah. Apparently I should have closed it there though. It's coming right back down.
We got 630 happening here right now.
Yeah.
I've locked in profit on my gold. So if we hit this 1852 level, 1851, I'm going to close half my position on gold, and then I'll move my stop to just a little bit profitable on the other half. So make it a guaranteed winner.
It's a good call.
Yeah. As long as it doesn't run up to 1900, then I'll be pissed.
True. The gold's holding pretty good, actually. The Aussie had a good bounce back there, but
Yeah, gold looks good. Bitcoin looks good. There goes gold. Let's tap into 1850.
Oh, Bitcoin's back up to 39.3, eh?
Yeah. We were looking at that, what my entry was on it earlier this week.
Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah.
I mean, but there's bound to be a pullback, right? Like people that were, I don't know. Nothing's just going to keep on going up forever without some profit taking.
I always love that. More movement in the last 2 minutes than there's been all morning.
That's what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, gold's pushing up.
Funny, Aussie kind of stalled out a bit, actually.
You know, I'm closing the gold out. Tapped in $7 gain or 650 on the trade.
Kind of lot you put on those.
What's that?
Kind of lot do you trade when you're trading gold?
I had 200 ounces on that.
200 ounces. That's right. It's different in your deepest copy.
Yeah, so it's like that equated to about a $1,400 trade.
Nothing wrong with that.
Not at all.
Paid for your Whistler trip right there.
There you go. Yeah, right. It's a little different. I don't have my setup here, right? Little temporary office.
You got just one laptop?
I know I got 2 laptops and then I got 1 monitor, so I got 3. I brought the one in that I have in the office usually.
It's different. It's weird though, eh? Trading somewhere else, you don't have like all your perfect setup that you're used to. You know which way to look for different things.
Oh, can't you see my bed in the background? Just trading I feel like I'm trading in my bedroom.
The lighting gets weird. I was gonna suggest you change that, but then I remembered you're in there. So.
Yeah, I know. The nice track lights they have here.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can do any better with the lighting. Definitely, it's hard on my eyes. It's so fucking bright. US 30 dumping.
How's the hotel coffee treating you?
What's that? Hotel coffee? Yeah, it's definitely not Ryan bringing me coffee in the morning.
Extra large shot of espresso.
Right. So I got on the US 30, I got a couple boxes here, and a nice European box again we like so much. 31,124, 31,122 is a break below that for a short. Or a buy above here.
I don't really like a sell on that. Just
I prefer to buy it, but it's also this is a pretty tightly wound range, right?
Yeah. stock market is going for.
US 30 really fell off there.
Well, it's some markets are just opening. So, I mean, there can be a bit of a wash here too, up and down, but pretty volatile. That CAD came off that 127 fairly hard.
Yeah, missed that. US 500 wound really tight as well.
US 500.
Yeah.
Well, look at gold still moving up. The CAD moving down.
Would have been a nice short on that US CAD.
I know. Like 127.
Yeah.
Look at the US 30. They had big rejection down and then push up.
Oh shit. I would hate to have bought right in the middle of that candle.
Yeah. Look at that, hey. Fucking boom.
Right. Jeez.
US 30, yeah, look at that, hey. Wash down, see if it breaks this for a buy. I'm gonna wait to see after this candle closes. I don't too many false moves at 6:30.
Yeah.
For me. The Bitcoin pushing up still here.
Yeah.
He's still in that pound yen, right?
I got a. Oh my. Oh, I'm out. I'm out.
No, out of it.
A little 1% on there.
Nice.
I like that indicator a lot.
Which one?
One I was showing you the opposite there. It's the risk management one. It
Yeah.
Lot size for you.
Yeah, I mean that's the biggest thing is always risk, right? Is just managing your risk, making sure that you're okay with whatever you're risking for a loss. I mean, it's great to think about your profits, but everybody does that. Yeah, this US 30. Still a bit of move to the upside too to reach that high last week. But look at this rising wedge here. Hey, you can almost put a trend line on this.
Yeah, I think it's going to break that high there. January 8th.
Like, you got this, yeah. Nice little. What's the S&P doing? Kind of back and forth. Not as bullish as the Dow. I'm glad I go to that gold. Looks like it's being rejected off that high.
Yeah, I got out of my Aussie too.
Did you?
Yeah.
I mean, look at this. It's exactly the same high as, it's almost to the cent as in Asia.
Did you hit your target or did you close it up there?
Yeah, I closed it on manual. I was going to close out half, but when you get that win in that short period of time, $7 move in gold, I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be greedy. It always feels good when it starts dropping,
Totally.
but just wait for the next one. Again, Powell's speaking at 10:30 today, our time, so probably we may have a pretty muted North American session once markets settle down. They could just be range bound, which, hey, I mean, you can still find trades in that, but I'm happy with the one I've got so far, and I'm still on that Aussie US short too.
Where'd you sell in?
On the Aussie US?
Yeah, I guess right on that break, eh?
Yeah,
So
so this trend line came down. There's the 1 hour on the 15 with test rejection, and then the close of this candle right here.
Nice.
I mean, this kind of scares me a little bit, but
It's looking okay at the moment.
it is, especially if this little support here breaks. I mean, the ADR is all the way down here at around 77 cents, 76,986. So I mean, it's still 50 pips to go. If we get down to this level here, the 77.3 level, I'll probably be happy with that. Close it out. Got that pound yen's moving up. Bitcoin too. 39.7. Did you get out of that Aussie short or Aussie long, Dane?
Yeah, I did. I got out basically just below the high of this most recent 15 candle.
Nice.
Yeah. Didn't like the way it was going.
Don't blame me there.
Good start, bad finish.
What's that?
I said it was a good start, but bad finish.
Yeah, hey, we're good at the time.
It,
That happens in life on a lot of different levels. Yeah, that pound yen's moving. This hotel coffee is fucking disgusting.
Yeah. Yeah. Fucking probably full of dust.
Pretty bad, pretty much. Yeah, it was kind of like creepy coming in yesterday. The underground parkade's like fucking ghost felt like nobody around.
Yeah. That is kind of weird. I guess Whistler's probably hurting for people at the moment.
Yes and no. Like went to just Earl's for dinner last night, met a friend, and it was packed. Like there was about a 20-minute wait, I think, because the Canucks were playing too.
Oh yeah, that's right. Home opener was last night, or season opener.
Yeah. But it's weird, like even to go to the pool and spas and stuff, you got to like book a time. Now they only let like, I don't know, 8 or 10 people down there at once.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Definitely no, yeah.
I think it's going to happen on this New Zealand dollar. I got a bit of a trend line running up from, say, the 11th.
Yeah, I was looking at this yesterday. Definitely New Zealand was a lot weaker than the Aussie yesterday. So it's, it's come down and it's sold off really well.
Yeah.
Again, you've got this high here, December base. It's got to kind of break through the 71.6 level. If it breaks through that, then I think 71.2, 71. You look on the daily. There's definitely
Room for the downside.
There, then there's fairly big support zone down here too, around 70 cents. It's a pretty key figure as well. So, I think it's still U.S. dollar weakness overall, right? The trend is not changing or has not changed yet. There's probably my guess is there's a little bit of stableness right now that Trump's out. So I think there's a lot of people that are feeling a little more maybe confident in the U.S. dollar because we have seen it rally in the last week and a half. But, the sort of outlook is more favorable in risk, which means the risk currencies like the Aussie, the CAD, New Zealand dollar should appreciate in the near term anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
Like gold trade I'm glad I got out of that. It's going back down. Let's watch that US CAD too to see if it comes back down to this 126.7 level and gets rejected. That has held, all of December, January, so held for a full week or so, a little spike below, but what was that, right?
That was your voice. I just got YouTube on the phone.
Oh, that was me. I was like, I couldn't, what? I thought you were whispering, trying to whisper sweet nothings in my ear.
6 subscribers now, though.
Right?
It didn't take long.
Yeah, Bitcoin looks pretty bullish here on the daily chart. Even yesterday's close, you could have just put a buy stop above that high. Consolidate a little bit and then moved up. So one thing I've noticed with Bitcoin is it does move, it doesn't really matter the time of day, whereas a lot of the other pairs wait until the crossover, sort of London, North America, where most of the volume is, but Bitcoin kind of moves anytime.
Continuously, yeah.
Bit of a trend line here too, huh? Not really like that. We'll see if this pound yen, if it comes back up and gets rejected up here, it might be another nice short. Especially, if you look at the daily, yesterday's daily candle, we're right up into this zone here that we were the highs of August. It's a pretty bearish print. Leave that down. Yeah, I don't think Pooley has his makeup on yet. That's why he's not showing his face.
I'm actually scanning his butt.
He just doesn't want to show us up.
There you go, Adrian.
Oh, tarp's off.
Like there he is.
All right, that's cool.
Like if I knew it was tarp's off, would have done some push-ups this morning.
Every time I drive by your house and I see you standing in the window, I just want to remind you that naked trading is actually trading in the nude. It's a possible trading with naked charts.
It's a new meaning to naked trading. Naked charts, naked trading, same shit.
Seems legit.
This Aussie could be, a bit of a pullback here on a break of this. I don't really like to trade this as a breakout pair, but if it breaks the support, 77.38 or 77.375.
It could run pretty good.
Well, I mean, it could get it down to the 77, kind of where buyer stepped in yesterday, right? 77.2. It's not the best risk though, because you kind of got to have your stop up here, right?
Yeah.
Last little push up. So you're risking 20 for 18. So you're basically a 1-to-1. So no, honestly, I wouldn't take that. I'm happy I'm in it right now.
That's fair. Where you're at.
But I don't like that.
Yeah, 77.4 level is a strong level too.
Yeah, it's amazing how those levels get respected. And that's just a random level. There's some moving averages there now, but it's not like it's a big key figure or a big daily moving average.
Totally.
US dollar index is just consolidating. It hasn't really done much, right around 90.5.
Enough to hit everyone's stops both directions and fucking
Yeah, exactly.
continue going.
The euro fell. That's come down. We broke below that little support of yesterday we were talking about. The next little swing low down here is around 120.6, 120.65.
Yeah.
Still 50 pips away. So again, this is one that'll correlate a lot with the US dollar index. It moves it the most. This CAD's dropping. Bitcoin still pushing. Like you look at this US 30 just back and forth, and now it's going right back down. Again, that 630 candle can be a little bit misleading sometimes.
Just 500 doing nothing.
Is it? Yeah, I haven't even looked at that. Pull it up here. I find I like trading the US 30 on the breakout, and I find it just breaks out that much better than the S&P.
Yeah, it's just
The pound's consolidating kind of near the highs. And gold's coming right back down, hey? US 30's popping. A little bit of bounce on the 20 MA on the 15 on US CAD. It's so hard just watching these on like the small monitor as I'm compared to what I'm used to.
Yeah.
Is it a lot smaller for you guys for what you see too on the share?
No, it's the exact same. But I mean, having it on the big screen is a huge difference. I just sent you a video.
This Aussies looks like it might break this level. Like that gold, as soon as it broke through, just right back up, retest.
Nice.
There goes the Aussie. Kiwi falling too. Pretty quiet actually, hey?
Yeah.
Pretty quiet.
The US 30 does look pretty bullish though, especially if it like closes above this level here. Kind of break through, retest, and retest at these highs here. Here we go, 7 o'clock candle. Yeah, there's no real News is pretty quiet today until 10:30. Unemployment claims were more than they thought in the US. That was at 6:30, but other than that, it's been pretty quiet. And here goes the US 30. Yeah, US dollar index is really very tightly wound, which probably means it'll break out one way or the other, which will probably move some of these pairs. That the old 7 o'clock flight there, Dean?
That is the old 7 o'clock. I think that one's coming in actually.
Where are we going?
Good question.
Pretty sure we can go to Mexico still.
Don't hate it.
Pretty sure you can go pretty much everywhere except for Canada.
Right?
Yeah.
Good thing we're here.
Totally.
Yeah, gold's coming right back down. See what happens here. You know, if it breaks below this, you know, nice to take it up, but if it breaks below this 130, 1836 level, 1835, I mean, look what happened last night when it did that. And, you know, mind you, less liquidity in the markets then, but
True.
It's funny. I had two 0.02 positions from the very top yesterday from 1860.
yeah,
And I moved all my TPs down to around like 1827-ish.
yeah.
I hit the two TPs on the small lot sizes, but it didn't hit it on the big one.
Even though that was the same close.
Well, yeah, but I just dragged it, right? I didn't set it.
Ah,
It was like, but it was supposed to be the same spot. But yeah, I was just dragging it on my computer. So I guess the other one was a little bit lower.
Shit.
like Bitcoin's kind of rolling over around the just below 40 grand. that Aussie's holding too, hey?
Yeah, it looks like he's trying to push back, eh?
There you go. You get back in again, Dane.
Thinking about it.
Take it.
I thought about taking one right at the bottom of 74 there. Run it up. I did actually take one on the New Zealand though.
Did you take a buy
Yeah.
down here?
Yeah, I took one basically exactly right there, right on that trend line there.
Oh, from yesterday's low?
Yeah.
Nice. Where's your stop on that?
I got my stop on right around 71.7, 71.73.
So just below here then.
Yeah, exactly. I made it tight, but
Nothing wrong with keeping your losses small.
What are you doing for lot size, Dan?
that one was just a 0.03.
Are you calculating it, or are you just
What's that?
calculating it?
I can't hear you.
Are you calculating it?
Yeah, about 2%. I only got about $300 in my account, so it's keep them small. I mean, that one I could have done bigger with a small risk, but I didn't really trust it to not break that trend line, so I was just playing it safe.
Nothing wrong with that. How's that lighting, Rye, with the lights off above me, the spotlight? Is that better?
Looks like the heavens aren't shining down on you anymore.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. They don't want me in heaven. Well, it'll be fun there then. That US 30 is coming down hard. And gold came back down and retested this this zone. It's a pretty bullish 30-minute candle on the US 30. Coming back to retest this. And this CAD keeps on falling, hey? See if we come back down to this 126.7. How's that New Zealand looking, Dan?
It just dropped below being profitable at the moment. But I'm hopeful. Oh, there you go. Now it's back up.
Right?
Oh, nice push actually there.
All right, boys, I'm off to work.
All right.
Everybody have a
Okay,
good
man.
day.
This CAD's falling again here. That would have been a nice entry off that 127. It's just too bad there wasn't more of a wick on a candle there, you know? Pretty hard to go bearish when you get a bullish candle like that. You know, that Kiwi's still holding for you. Might be pretty muted here. May just have to go get an early start on the slopes.
What's that?
This Aussie's just holding there. Just tight to that zone.
I like that close on the New Zealand at least.
Let's see. Yeah.
See if she stays that
The
way.
only thing I'd be careful with that is that hourly, that last hourly candle, that rejection off the 100 1 hour. That's a pretty bearish candle. And the 20 MA, it closed below the 20 MA on the 1 hour, retested it, rejected. So I think you're smart to have your stop really tight. There it is, the next one.
Partially shipped. What the fuck is going on? 763.
I'm not seeing much here now this morning. I want to see what US CAD does at this zone here. It's coming into. Yeah, so look at oil. A big push up on oil, that'll be having some relativeness to the US CAD. Are you sending me messages, Dane? Nice little, what do you think of this, Dane, on the US CAD? What do you think of that? Can you hear me right now, Dane? No?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh. There we go. Somehow I muted my computer.
Okay, I was like, sure, mine's working. I asked you a bunch of questions.
I was like, fuck, I haven't heard Adrian say anything in a while. I wonder what's going on. That's funny. I don't even know how I did that.
I was saying, what do you think about US CAD?
We should have took that short on that 127.
You know, what do you think about a buy here right now, though?
I don't mind it, actually. It's a good level.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
I just bought it.
Did you?
Yeah, it's a tight.
Definitely a nice level there.
Let's see how this candle closes, but I think this is a. Just looking at oil too. Oil's coming down.
I don't like the idea of U.S. strength though. I'm pulling this New Zealand
No,
long.
of course you don't. What you see though, not what you like.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I might put my stop at the take even. Just to put my up right now, anyways. Where'd you put your stop on that US CAD?
I'm gonna see how this candle closes. Let's just see here. I mean, 126.55 would be my preferred stop
Yeah.
below these candles here, but I'll see how we're coming right down into that zone here right now. US dollars falling off a little bit.
That's what I want, not what you want.
Can't have it all.
Nope. I see Aussie going for a run right now.
Yeah, it's that US dollars breaking. So it's been consolidating for the last couple hours, right? So we're seeing it break down the lows. This CAD's breaking this low here.
New Zealand dollar is a bit weaker than the Aussie dollar lately, eh?
It is, yeah.
It's slower run.
You can always go to look at the Aussie New Zealand chart too to see how that.
True. I should actually have that out.
It's not a bad one to look at when you're trading, especially if you're trading both the New Zealand and the Aussie. You can kind of get a bias on which one, if your bias is going to be strength, like strength against the US dollar. If you look at the Aussie New Zealand, you can kind of see, which one is stronger, the Aussie or the New Zealand, and then get a bias of which one you're better to take up. Like I think you're probably better off to take the Aussie up over the New Zealand against the US dollar.
Yeah.
Just because I think the Aussie is stronger than the New Zealand, but it all depends on what your entry is and what you see, right?
Totally. It's doing all right at the moment, though. Keep going.
Right. This US CAD is not.
Now, is the US CAD a big break, retest kind of pair, or is it more of it breaks, it's going to run?
Usually it'll break and run, but it is pretty technical for levels. Oil's the one big wild card with it that will have impact. The oil looks bearish here. So this is the US dollar falling off is what it is. If you look at I always have the US dollar index up just because it's kind of against it or for it with all the pairs, and it's been consolidating, but it's at the low of the consolidation area right now.
Yeah. Look at those candles. Oh, yikes.
Gold worked out well with where I closed it, looking back now. Hey,
Okay. was a perfect trade.
Let's see if we get a rejection here on this US CAD. Pound yen coming back up to that zone too.
I wonder if that'll bounce. Might.
What's that?
The New Zealand just came up to its 100 on the 15. I wonder if it's gonna push through or bounce off it.
100 on the 15?
Yeah.
I don't usually have that on there.
Yeah.
Usually I only have the 100 on the 4 hour, 1 hour, and daily. I'll have the 20 on the 15. The only, like, if you look at my 15-minute chart, I only have the 20 on there.
Fair. I should take those off.
I would, yeah.
Okay. Indicator list. 200 levels visualization. Okay.
I'm getting a little bit of a bounce in the US dollar. Do you have more than one monitor set up there, Dane, or you just?
I've got, I actually got you on my work laptop, and then I've got my charts open on my my personal one.
Nice.
Yeah, kind of works out actually.
All right, 7:30 candle.
Go Aussie dollar, go.
It's a pretty bearish print on the US dollar index for that last candle. But oil is bearish as well, so we'll see what happens here.
There's a pretty bearish print. You still in that US CAD?
Yeah. Yeah, again, it's in that range. Like you talk about when you're trading zones, you know, you got to give a bit of leeway, right?
You do.
Now I don't like this, how bearish that candle is. I'm going to watch this closely. That's a nice bullish candle. There's a nice bearish one after that, though.
Now on this New Zealand, would you move your stop up on this yet, or would you keep leaving it?
Just 1 second. Right now, if I were you, I would move my stop up to halfway up through this big candle right here.
Yeah.
I'd rather close half. I mean, you're coming up with this moving average here right now.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd close half my position and then we might have stopped right around here.
Okay.
I mean, because what are you up right now? 10 pips, 11 pips?
Yeah, roughly 10 pips.
Yeah. I mean, take half your position off, move your other half to plus 2 or 3. And then you're in a gear. I mean, you just completely made yourself a trade, right?
Yeah, no
No
risk.
risk. Take the risk all off the table, and there's nothing better than to have a risk-free trade with a bit of money in the bank.
Fair enough. Let it run. If it does, and if it doesn't, way to go. That Aussie dollar's really running now, though.
Yeah, Aussie CAD, the US dollar index is falling, right? So we're having a bit of a
push.
there. And we're seeing this CAD break. I don't like this.
Why does it push to that level so easy there? After such a zone earlier.
What's that, sorry?
On that US CAD, I'm surprised it pushed to that 126 mark so easy.
Yeah, I mean, it's the US dollar index falling, so it'll take all the pairs.
I guess. Just momentum.
And it'll push gold up. It's just whether it's sustained or not, right? You'll get little moves based just solely on that. US dollar strength or US dollar weakness, either way. This Aussie's coming back up nicely.
Yes.
I closed out my position when it broke through this 20 here on the close of the last 15.
Did you?
Yeah. 6 pip profit, which is kind of shitty compared to where it was, but in hindsight, I probably should have closed half my position.
Down at the low there, yeah.
Would have been a better play. Yeah, this US dollar index is falling. Taking the CAD with it. Gold's pushing back up. That's what we're doing. Bitcoin just broke above 40,000.
Broke below? Broke above.
What's that?
Broke above,
Broke
yeah.
above 40,000, yeah. The US 30 is coming down. This could bring some risk off into the marketplace, which might create some US dollar strength.
I was going to say a bit of a rejection there in that last little bit.
Yeah. Oh, Pooley's back.
What's that?
Ryan, it's back online.
Oh, is he?
I'm watching from work yet. Hopefully he's got his tarps on now.
Staying in tune.
Right. A little Bitcoin rejection off 40,000.
It's a nice bullish bar on that Aussie dollar, though. The hourly is.
Yeah, the hourly, but if you go to let's see, but that one before that's a pretty bearish rejection, like
Yeah, very.
it's this 200 period on the 1 hour's holding.
Do you trade on the idea of wick bills much or not really?
No, I don't. I mean, I know a lot of guys do, and it does work. Obviously, there's some
Opportunity.
some synergy with it, but it shows you where buyers and sellers were, right? That's the biggest thing that it does.
True.
And I think it's always important to be aware of that for sure.
Very true.
Yeah, it's funny. The last 3 days we've seen this Aussie dollar get strong in North America. It's almost been like clockwork, eh?
It has almost been like clockwork. I mean, it kind of broke the trend line a bit, but like it's still in that area. It's funny though, the New Zealand dollar's been stronger. Weeks prior has been stronger than the Aussie dollar, but
Yeah.
seems to have kind of flipped this week. A nice trend line on the hourly on that New Zealand dollar though.
On the hourly.
Yeah.
I didn't see. I was just looking on the 15, but you can actually take it all the way back to.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good, man. Good eye on that. This CAD's getting rejected here. That pushed through.
Yeah, there we go. You still in that or did you get out?
No, I'm still in it. I actually got in another position near the low here.
Yeah.
So my average what's my average here? It's like right around break even right now.
Fair.
That Aussie's still moving up though. The Kiwi is too. Oil's moving down, so that's probably part of the reason why we got the CAD getting a little weaker compared to the Kiwi and the Aussie. second.
What's that, sorry?
We'll be back in 1 second.
Okay.
Well, that Aussie's sure up, hey?
Yeah, just keep
Even
going.
look good too. US 30's dropping.
Yeah, my New Zealand's up about 20 pips right now.
Nice work.
Yeah.
Pound yen fell hard again.
The Aussie yen's running up a bit, I guess. I don't really see.
Might get some moves here into the European close. You got oil falling still, which should help the CAD push back up. US dollar index is coming down still though after it broke out of that range. Still up for the day though. But Aussie's still pushing, hey? So is your Kiwi.
Yeah, I wonder what's kind of driving this sucker right now.
It looks like US dollar weakness, just the DXY is coming off. What we have on next slide here. And Bitcoin took a big bounce off of 40, but Aussie just pushed up and got rejected. There's a lot of right now there's a lot of talk of just more US stimulus, right? With the Democrats winning, and so that's what's driving the stock market and a lot of the risk assets. So I think that's why you're seeing the Aussie and the Kiwi and the CAD strengthen, as well as Bitcoin, and you've seen a bit of a sell-off in gold. But Bitcoin's coming off 40,000 here now. And you could you're right at that trend line here on the Aussie US that we were at earlier.
Yeah.
Rejection here, that might be a
good sell point.
Yeah.
Yeah, good call.
Although it's pushing up here. Pretty good.
You hear the cat?
I do that.
He's mad at me. He found a wrapper. I took it away from him, threw it in the garbage.
Oh, you're such an asshole, Bean.
I know. He's letting me know.
They do that. Yeah, let's see what this Aussie does here. It could be another short entry, especially if we get a push up in the US dollar index. The euro's coming off here as well, coming up. He's not happy, eh?
He's not happy. What do you want?
Yeah, it's just a lot of chop right now. I mean, the Aussie was a nice buy. Your Kiwi was a nice buy. But for the most part, it's pretty...
Pretty sloppy.
Oh, just choppy, right? You're not seeing the gold move that I took earlier, the break up and the get out, at the high, that was good. This is just noise, right? Same thing with the US 30. I mean, it broke down low, then it broke up high, and now it's just back and forth. Although it was like that, if you look at yesterday too, there's just a lot of...
I think a lot with what Trump's doing down there is making a mess of things. Him being impeached and everything else. So Aussie dollar's got no quit in it right now.
No, if it breaks these highs here, it's testing that trend line here pretty good right now.
It is. Yeah.
Yesterday's high. Almost a bit of a channel here if you take up here and you take these, the highs from sort of North America yesterday, North America low. You can see sort of an upward channel, but that's a big hourly bullish candle right now happening.
It is.
Let's see if it holds. Yeah, the US dollar index is coming off again.
Jesus, that Aussie dollar is just running.
It is, yeah. How's your Kiwi? It's doing the same. So I would probably move your stop on the Kiwi now to like just under 72.
Just under 72?
Yeah, almost right around.
Yeah, just kind of under.
You're hitting these highs here, right? Tested it in Asia, tested it in
totally, kind of just under the open of this.
Yeah, I'd almost
Latest.
Up in 71,950. There is that 100 1 hour right there you just blew through, but this could reverse itself quite quickly.
True.
Lock in another 10 on your other half. You can't go wrong.
Totally.
Oh, that Aussie is just pushing up. Holy shit.
Would have been a nice buy off that rejection there.
Yeah.
That zone. It's like the points on that rejection too, they're all within, all those wicks on that Aussie.
It's a 33 pip move. That's a big move in the Aussie.
That's a big move. Things must be happening in Aussie land.
Yeah, Aussie's closed now. Australia's closed though, so.
Fair. Better plug the computer in. Oh, I wonder if it hit its peak. It's the biggest wick we've seen in a while.
What's that, sorry?
I said, I wonder if it's hit its peak. It's kind of the biggest wick we've seen. Running into some sellers.
Yeah, it's gonna hit. I mean, there's definitely gonna be some sellers there, but it's break. I mean, it broke through that trend line pretty fucking fast.
Totally.
Yeah, your Kiwi's right near the top, right? So.
Yeah, exactly.
What are you up in that one right now?
About 25 pips or so.
That's great. Nice entry on
Guess I should have put a bigger lot on that
that.
one. Hindsight.
Throw some balls, Dane.
Yeah, no doubt. My account's not big enough yet.
Scared money don't make no money.
Oh yeah, here we go. It's falling off now.
Yeah, but that's hey, like, you could even just go right underneath this candle if you want to be really safe. Like,
Yeah,
or your
right.
stop right there. I mean, you've already. That's a great trade, Dan.
Worked out.
Can't say the same for my US CAD right now. But I'm up on half the position.
I was gonna say your other half, you're
Other
buying.
half I'm profitable.
You're buying on the low is a good call.
Well, again, that's when you know what your risk is, you know what your position size you want to trade is. There's nothing wrong with just entering in half of that to start and waiting. And if price, especially when you're trading into, you're fading a zone, right? So price is coming down into a zone, and a zone can be 15, 20, 30 pips. And so if you get it in the top third, maybe just throw half your position on. If you're right, fuck, you're still ahead, right? It'll still keep on going back up.
True.
But if you're wrong and it keeps on going against you, you can wait for another, confirmation of a reversal or, some sort of an entry, and you can, get it in another half of your position, or do it a third, a third, a third. Like, there's nothing wrong with that, having a smaller position and just adding to it, right?
Totally.
Just as long as your overall risk is mitigated and you know what you're gonna, you know what you want.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, nice. I mean, this could be a nice sell on the Aussie as well too, and the Kiwi, right?
Yeah, I think if it closes below that trend line, I'd be willing to take a sell on that Aussie.
Yeah, you could have a nice. This is the close of the hourly candle though too, so you gotta be careful. But yeah, risk 9 pips. A lot of downside.
Right.
Not bad for.
Yeah, pretty powerful already, but
Yeah.
Where is its ADR high?
A little bit of wick on the US dollar index. It came down to a bit of support the support area before it drove up earlier. 90.3, and that was actually, it was resistance before it blew through it and went up to 90.5. So we could see this now be resistance turn support and another move up here, which would support shorting the Aussie, US dollar, New Zealand US dollar too.
Totally. Good eye.
Open up these blinds, get a little mountain view.
You getting out in the slopes today or what?
Yeah, that's the plan.
Yeah. Yeah, Whistler's fun. Whistler's got some sweet slopes.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, the only time I've ever skied there, but it was like, you can ski a new run. You don't ever have to ski the same run twice. You can ski it all day.
Well, you can get an 8 runs and that's your full day.
Yeah.
You're not trying to bomb down and do Litton's loop in 10 minutes.
Totally. Yeah, that's the crappy thing about Mount Washington. You spend more time on the chairlift.
Well, you can literally do a run in 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
That's fuck. You can do a run in 5.
Well, maybe I'm on the bunny slopes.
Fair. But yeah, if you come right down the face of like the hawk or the blue chair, the eagle.
Yeah.
It's like you're down in less than 5 minutes. It's nice when there's no one in line, but yeah, you almost have to kind of try and take your time when you're at Mount Washington.
Have you been up there this year?
Yep. I'm actually going up Saturday.
Nice.
Yeah. My parents bought a little 2-bedroom condo up there this year.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. Got to try and utilize it.
Absolutely. Never fallen off. Now running into those sellers.
Yeah. I was gonna say, should I almost be taking this New Zealand back right now?
Do it. Don't be scared. I'm just kidding. It's actually not a bad trade. If I wasn't in my US CAD long, I'd probably look at that. It's not a bad. I mean, you could get in now. Risk 8 pips down to the trend lines 20.
Right?
Yeah.
See what happens.
It's definitely running into some sellers.
Yeah, it definitely is. It kind of halted out there. Well, with this US 30 on its point to it, I can see it spinning around. Sounds like someone's fucking lighting off fireworks out there.
At your place?
Yeah.
Did you go short on that Kiwi?
I did.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that Aussie's not looking too bad either. I would have liked that close below that trend line.
Yeah, it's kind of what I was hoping for too.
Respected it so well earlier. Although I did push through. I never closed though. Here comes that CAD back up.
But the New Zealand never made it over its high from.
No, then that's a good call. Is the fact that the New Zealand, it didn't reach this high. It got rejected before that, and there are a stronger wick here than there is there.
Yeah.
It's just the only thing that I'd be cognizant of is the hourly candle. But having
Yeah.
said that, the one previous to that was an incredibly bearish candle.
Yeah, fluctuating a lot.
The US 30 is coming down a bit.
Did it fall through? Yeah. Well, kind of pushing back. Definitely some sellers on this New Zealand dollar though.
Pardon me?
So there's definitely some sellers there.
Well, I mean, it's respecting that level, right? It's coming down nicely here. More so than the Aussie, so that was a good choice on which one to take. Gold's making a little bit of a lower high. I'd still rather buy this down here personally right now. Just it's actually forming a pretty nice little bullish daily candle here too.
Is that gold?
Yeah. Depending on how this closes, it could be that, you know, if we get a bullish candle on the close and a bit of a consolidation, it could be a good buy stop entry for move up tomorrow.
Fair.
Yeah, US dollar index is still looking bearish, but we're definitely getting a rollover in some of these pairs. Bitcoin's pushing back up.
Although the US 30 is kind of just sitting. I put a support line just on yesterday's high. It kind of seems to be hanging out right there. Is that US CAD coming?
Oh, that's good. I mean, I'd like to see it break through this zone and even retest, retest this 126.67, 127.7 level.
Yeah.
I mean, that's gonna act as a pretty strong resistance. That level held all throughout Europe today and at the North American Open until it didn't.
Yeah, it was a weird surge there.
Yeah. We'll see if Bitcoin breaks through 40 and retest those highs. So, zone in here around the highs. CAD's coming down here again now. And then New Zealand's pushing up again too.
Yeah, it's pushing up.
Seeing the US dollar kind of sell off a little more.
Where's those sellers at?
Right. And it's still off the lows though. It's kind of just been consolidating for the last, well, all week this week. William, what's going on, bud? That Kiwi's pushing. Let's see what happens here. That US dollar index is falling. That's probably taking it. Going to take some of these pairs with it.
Looks like the Kiwi's running here. He's
Little push up. The Aussie, same thing. Little push back down. Gold is still respecting this, the sellers here. Bitcoin's pushing back up to the highs. Yeah, that Aussie is just thinking it's going to take an attempt at the high of yesterday.
it does.
It's coming into that zone here right now. See what happens here. The Aussie definitely looks the strongest out of, well, Aussie and the CAD. So you're biased to look for a sell here on this. New Zealand it's probably the best out of the three right now, but it still looks pretty bullish.
It does look pretty bullish.
Dad duties, William, I like it. What's for breakfast this morning?
What's that?
Oh, the guy just commenting on the channel.
Oh.
He's making this kid breakfast. Could use some pancakes myself. Appreciate you checking us out, though. The CAD's starting to come back. It's kind of formed a bit of a base. Like if you look at the US CAD comparatively to the Aussie and the New Zealand, you know, it's that 126.5 level sort of held. Whereas we've seen, you know, the US dollar really weaken against the Aussie and the Kiwi the last four candles. You still on that Kiwi?
It stopped me out actually.
Did you?
Yeah. I had it just above the high earlier.
Protecting those profits.
Yeah, exactly.
You had a nice win on taking it up. So, but see, there you go. Like if you look at that and you were, you know, one win, one loss there, but you managed your risk so well that
yeah,
your win was probably 15 times what your loss was.
Came out ahead.
Exactly. It's always the key.
It's still showing a bit bearish on this New Zealand dollar, though.
Yeah, I mean, look at the Aussies up into that range of yesterday's high with a bit of a pin bar forming. The US CAD's coming back up. US dollar index is kind of in the low of the day, and that level's held from when it opened around 90.25. Bitcoin hitting 40 again, pretty close. Gold's pushing up again. Yeah, if we get a little pin bar on this Aussie, you might, you know, I mean, it did break that trend line, which I don't like.
Same.
But we got the high of Tuesday and Wednesday we're selling into, or price is coming into right now. You know, you can almost, if this level holds, take it short. If it breaks this level, you know, you probably can look for a test of the 78-cent level up here. 78, 78.1. That's still 35 pips away.
Yeah, I don't mind that actually.
Yeah. If it breaks, if this holds, you know, you could look to take it back down. Oil's moving back up. May have some movement on the Canadian dollar with that. Bitcoin again testing that 40, but a little bit of a rejection.
It almost looks like Bitcoin could be a nice short on that 40,000. Bouncing off again.
The CAD's running into this, you know, the low of, I mean, really, we haven't been to this level since, other than last week. You go back,
Yeah.
talking lows of 2018. Last time we were down here. That'll be a big level, the 125 level for the US CAD if it gets down to that level.
You're on camera.
You getting body checked?
I am getting body checks.
Call that abuse.
Name of the game, I guess.
You probably enjoy it.
I'm mad about it. Good time to shine.
That Aussie's still pressing. There goes a Kiwi. Yeah, the stock market, it's the S&P doing. Yeah, it's falling too. Bizarre.
The New Zealand's running up now too. Look at that Aussie dollar go.
Holy shit. Fergie, stop being psycho.
Yeah, it's pushing up. So is the Aussie. CAD's pushing down. It's funny, gold's holding though still.
Yeah, gold hasn't gone anywhere.
No.
Fergie, you behave during my lecture? You better.
Thoughts on Bitcoin, William? Looking at Bitcoin, I was a buyer earlier this week when it, the 30,000 level held. I'm bullish on this. I think this is a lot of bullish momentum. I think we're going to test these highs. Yesterday printed a very bullish candle. That would have been a nice buy signal there.
Yeah.
The $40,000 level is definitely been, a key level to watch. So we'll see what happens as it reaches that here and how the day finishes. But, I prefer to either if you're going to, long-term hold, buy and hold, or look for a dip and buy a dip. I got in and out of this earlier this week. If I would have held it, I'd be higher now, but just sort of my style of trading, I prefer to buy the dips and not a long-term hold. Mind you, that was my first and one and only ever Bitcoin trade earlier this week, so I haven't done a ton on it, but definitely starting to watch it. I've got it up now and keeping an eye on it because it's definitely making news and a lot of people are getting into it. So US dollar index is hitting the lows now. We'll see what it does here. Yeah, of course, man. Anytime. Happy to give you my opinion. Thanks for checking us out, and hopefully you'll watch and try to do this on the daily. So we'll be around. That gold's held too. Yeah, the Aussie's still running up.
Guess I should have left my stop a little looser. I would have been doing pretty good on this New Zealand right now.
Hindsight's 50. We're in 2020.
Exactly. No for next time.
Exactly.
She's running though.
Yeah, they're all, and everything's pushing. Look at the Aussie too. CAD. Remember Powell speaking at 10:32, so a lot can happen with that.
What's your prediction? You think it's going to bring some U.S. weakness or what? U.S. strength?
You know, I'm not sure. I think they're, I mean, rates aren't going to go anywhere for a while, and we all know that. And they're more likely than not going to be accommodative. The report that came out this morning on jobs was there was more unemployment claims than anticipated. You know, that's going to be bearish for the U.S. dollar. It's just a matter of it being oversold, or, you know, at what point will it continue its downtrend, in my opinion. I don't see that changing. It's been pretty bearish for the last 12 months now, other than, you know, the spike in the initial start of COVID. And you're seeing that, you know, a lot of these pairs, anytime there's a rally one way or another, it goes against it and reverses. Like if you look at what we were talking about with the Aussie dollar the last 3 days, you know, actually all week, Monday, you know, North American session, sell off, bought. Tuesday, North American session, or Europe sold off, low in North America, pushed up. Yesterday saw the same thing, low in North America, and it's kind of ground up. Today, retested those lows in North America, and, you know, after a very bearish candle, it popped right up.
Why are we close?
You know, I got a lower high here on gold. Wasn't watching it, but that could have been a decent entry here on the close of this candle. Stop above there, $4 risk. You know, if you come back down to this last level of support for $7 gain.
All right, Adrian, I think I'm going to log out today.
All right, bud. I'm gonna turn off here pretty quick too and go hit the slopes.
Yeah, see, there you go. Get out there before the day's over.
Exactly. Take advantage.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, buddy. Have a good day, and
You too, man.
I'll chat with you tomorrow.
Have fun out there.
Thanks, man.
Cheers.